Samsung's website claims that one of the reasons to buy the Galaxy S7 Edge is because, hey, it's a Galaxy. Because your phone should give you the freedom to do more. And it's the least that it should do given the pretty penny that you're investing for one. But does it finally live up to all the marketing hype? I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and let's find out in our Galaxy S7 Edge review, brought to you by Dbrand. By now, you've probably noticed that every time that we've reviewed a Galaxy flagship, there's always something missing. The Galaxy S5 had expandable everything, but we hated its cheap plastic. And then the Galaxy S6 brought amazing build quality, but then expandability took a back seat. Never has there been a Galaxy that has been able to balance the desires of everyone, and it seems that Samsung finally got the memo. The hardware story of our review unit provided by AT&T follows on the clear saying that if it's not broken, don't fix it. Or maybe just a little. The Galaxy S7 Edge continues last year's legacy of premium metal and glass, but with many improvements. Samsung has decided to make this phone taller and thicker, and has compensated with an extra set of curves in the back for ergonomics. The result is this surreal feeling of holding something that seems smaller than it visually is. The glass-on-glass design may be prone to fingerprints, but the black onyx finish in our review unit is just gorgeous. It reminds us of the badass look of those race muscle cars. The Quad HD AMOLED display continues to marvel with inky blacks and deep saturation, and also addresses the greenish hue that we saw on the borders of its predecessor. The screen is now larger at 5.5 inches diagonal, and adds to the surreal feeling by giving you the impression of a display without bezels. The overall effect is beautiful, worth walking into a store and checking it out if you haven't. Processing power is provided by either the Snapdragon 820 or the Exynos 8890 processor, depending on your region, though the 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage come standard. Also standard is the return of a few oldies but goodies like microSD support up to 200 GB. IP68 water and dust resistance also returns, providing protection for up to 30 minutes under a meter of water. No, you technically can't swim with it for hours, but it's good for the average accident or taking a few photos in the pool. The only thing that didn't make the cut is a replaceable battery, but it continues to support fast and wireless charging, and as we'll discuss over the next few minutes, there is a good deal of juice within this 3600 mAh power pack within. Software is about the only thing broken that got fixed and improved at the same time. Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow is doing the legwork below Samsung's custom skin that sometimes is called TouchWiz here and there. It follows on Samsung's legacy of visuals and includes the same customization options through the company's theme store if you'd prefer to pimp it out, or also going for a stock look and feel. Samsung's Always On mode finally takes advantage of its AMOLED technology and stands out by allowing color wallpapers and different clock and calendar options. The only shortfall here is that it isn't really built around notifications like we currently enjoy with Motorola or Nexus smartphones. I know right about now the comments will be blazing over the lack of stock Android, but Samsung's UI is the only way to take full advantage of this phone, and it also improves on a few things that Google could do better. It continues to be the UI with most applications supporting split-window multitasking. It continues to be one of the few that allows screen grid customizations for more icons on your home screen. It's also the only way that the Edge will be more than just a curve on the display. Sliding on it reveals a customizable list of panes that range from application shortcuts, to contact shortcuts, to tools, and even to immediate tasks. You can be watching a YouTube video while keeping an eye on your Twitter feed and then calling on the calculator when in need. Sure, this was very clunky a few years ago, but Samsung has now matured it to the point of being useful. So useful that I continue using it on a daily basis. The result of all this premium hardware and mature software blends into a very pleasant experience in using this phone. Navigating through menus is very fluid, save for the flipboard menu that you can always turn off. App load times are quick, and so far I've been able to load a total of 14 applications on RAM before the phone decides to send any of these to sleep. Kind of a record if you ask me, allowing for seamless multitasking and rare app refresh when on the go. This experience extends to gameplay, something Samsung has rebuilt from the ground up with Game Launcher. You now have the option to mute all alerts while gaming, lock the soft keys to avoid pulling you away from your game, minimize it for a quick return when you're done doing something else, and you can now even take a screenshot or record a video of your gameplay. The processing power makes gameplay delightful, and heat dissipation seems top-notch so far. We've tested the Galaxy S7 Edge from AT&T for 7 days in gloomy New York City. During that time, call quality has been rather deep through the earpiece, with callers also praising the audio quality and noise cancellation. Sadly, the speaker placement continues to be one of my pet peeves, but its loudness is welcome for regular media consumption.
Walking around the hardware, our review unit is an AT&T branded device powered by
Data speeds over the AT&T network were also great, even when filming within this gloomy park in the surroundings of the city. Now, to answer the question that we get the most, the biggest shocker of all of them is finally in the hands of the Achilles heel of every Galaxy smartphone: its battery life. This is the first time that any Galaxy smartphone we've tested has reached the crazy 5 hours of screen on time. That's at least 2 hours more than its predecessor and an hour above phones that have shined in this department before. The complement of fast and wireless charging takes over later, though we're sad to see that USB Type-C did not make the cut, or even the faster charging protocols provided by Qualcomm. Samsung's camera combo is also one of the best that we've tested so far. Many complained about the reduction of megapixels, but this has actually allowed for a brighter f1.7 aperture on a wider 27mm lens, and the new focus pixel technology that really helps this camera shine in low light. The results are simply breathtaking. Color and saturation are top-notch even in this gloomy portion of the city. I know some of you are not fans of saturation, and for that you also get manual modes, in addition to a ton of other camera options to choose from. Video recording also lends to a beautiful outcome with some of the best stabilization features that we've seen on a smartphone, and it's also great to see that this is one of the few Android smartphones with a hyperlapse feature for those of you that want even more stabilization over a time lapse. Our own Juan Carlos Bagnell just published the full camera review of the Galaxy S7 on a separate video. His trained eye is able to give you a more in-depth look at what this camera can do, so make sure you also catch his video for more information. And as our review period concludes, it's hard not to do so with an element of surprise. Samsung has finally woken up to all the criticism and has delivered one of the best smartphone experiences that we've tested, hands down. Sure, there's no such thing as the perfect smartphone, and I know many would say that you don't really need a phone with a curved screen. Fact of the matter is, you're right, you don't. Still, you don't buy a phone this expensive for the curves. You do so because over the last 7 days, at least 5 people have come and asked me if this is the new Edge. This is the phone for those of you looking to stand out, and it's great that you can finally stand out without putting up with compromise. From where I stand, the Galaxy S7 Edge is one of the best experiences that I've had with a smartphone, and one that I would highly recommend you give a try. Looking for a way to add some grip and eliminate those fingerprints from your new Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge? Dbrand has got you covered. Check out dbrand.com/galaxy or visit the link in the description below to customize yours for under $10. Folks, you can learn more details on the Galaxy S7 Edge in our text review that goes live very soon. And we've also got more comparison videos that will be coming over the next few days. For now, make sure you follow us on social media and hit that subscribe button down below. You can also watch our videos on Vessel at vessel.com/pocketnow, and follow me on Twitter at Jaime_Rivera or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll come back with more very soon.